Salute to all the real ones out there. It's your boy Mike coming at you again with another video. Alright, you like the direction that my channel is going? Like, comment, subscribe, share the videos with anybody you think may benefit from them. Once again, we're trying to build a community of strong men over here. Only excellence, only underdogs. None of these little betas that be want to run around, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic, which is going to be, honestly, a rant. All right, this is just my view on politics. Okay, so where do I start? First of all, I'm just gonna throw in a little bit of symbology to y'all. So notice that you have basically two major political parties almost around the world. It's usually gonna be two opposing forces. You got the red corner, you got the blue corner. This stuff is even like symbolic in sports. You always got one team against the other one. Home team, away team. Red corner against the blue corner. You know, even when you play, whoever played sports, notice that when you're the home team, you're white. But when you're the away team, you're colored. That's interesting, right? What's another thing they say about politics? They call it left wing, right wing. But the way I look at it is, since I have a big picture type view of the world, right? So when I hear left wing and right wing, I think, well, they're still the same bird in the middle. So don't they work together? Like, don't the left wing and the right wing work together to fly the direction that the bird wants to go? And if I look at politics and I actually analyze it, I'm like, I see other stuff too. Like, all right, so the back of the U.S. dollar has that eagle, which represents our, let's say, the logo or the mascot for the United States is always synonymous with the eagle. But what's he holding? Look at the back of the dollar. What's he holding? So on one side he's holding 13 olive branches, but on the other side he's holding 13 spears. And it says Ordo ab Cao. That's Latin meaning order out of chaos. So didn't I talk about this before with the Hegelian dialect? You have, problem, reaction, solution. You have thesis, antithesis, and in the middle is synthesis. So you have left wing, right wing, and then you have the same bird in the middle. So we're seeing a theme that has to do with three things. One, you have one side. Two, you have another side. And in the very middle, you have the goal. So when I think about Democrats versus Republicans, for example, I'm not one of these guys that'll just jump right on one other side without realizing the duality that exists and seeing the balance in between both of those sides, or both of those sides. I know that there's a bigger agenda at hand, so I don't get into the semantics, into the arguing points of either side really too heavy, because I understand that there's always going to be something bigger at play. And not to mention that, but another thing, I know I'm going to sound fucked up. It's probably going to be people, oh man, what you talking about, man? You wrong. I challenge y'all to just look at history and look at the Republican stance on black issues and look at the Democratic stance on black issues. This is for my black people out here who always want to loyally just vote Democrat. Like, you are a fool. Excuse my language, you are a fool. And you have been duped countless times after, it's, how many times can you be fooled with the same bullshit stance that they take on giving you hope? What was Obama's whole entire platform? Hope. It wasn't nothing tangible, it was hope. He didn't say reparations, he said hope. Meanwhile, he done gave everybody and their grandma more benefits than you. It's literally immigrants that came from whatever country that can just post up in America, and they're starting off already with a mile head start in front of you. And all black people, we from America. Don't sit here and believe that bullshit about, oh yeah, you here from slavery. No, you're not, bro. Like, literally 5% of the people are slaves. 95% of y'all were already there. You already came from Egypt or whatever different part, Senegal. You came from some part of Africa. You might have been there for 10, 12, 15,000 years, just posted up in America. You good. Got your own language, got your own culture, and you even have your own little tribal wars going on between certain Native American groups who feel like, yo, man, we should control this part. Nah, man, we want to control this part. Oh, okay, now we beefing. A little war going on. But Y'all all believe this whole bullshit we got taught in school. So already on a fundamental level, we're divided. But then when you think about Democrat versus Republican, it's like, dog, Republicans usually had your back way more than fucking Democrats. Like, it's really outrageous that y'all fall for the propaganda every single time. Y'all love Bill Clinton. Like, black people love some Bill Clinton. Oh yeah, first black president. He ha ha ha, because he smoked some weed and got a blowjob in office. But y'all don't realize that he and Hillary literally enacted the 3 strikes rule and called us fucking predators, meaning that we're a danger to be out in society. So how many young black men got locked the fuck up? Like, y'all gotta understand, they were really headhunting us, bro. They was shooting 2 in the head and once in the chest. They were really headhunting the fuck out of us back in the 90s when Clinton was in office. Are y'all serious? You don't realize that, like, even back then, if I would have just called you, let's say you my cousin, you dealing drugs, I call you, they'll find a way to lock me up, even though I had nothing to do. I didn't know nothing about what the hell you was into. There was a for real headhunt on all of us. And I'm not saying the Republicans are any better, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying historically they've been better. Historically, they enacted more laws, or, if you go back into the end of slavery, it was the Republicans pushing the issue of, hey, man, black people either going to be free or they're going to be slaves. But, if they're going to be free, then they at least need this, that, and the third. And Democrats was the one diametrically opposed to that shit. Don't even believe me. Don't attack me neither. Just look it up. You got a phone right there. You could just type in Google, like, Democrats versus Republicans. Who's been more beneficial to blacks? They're both shitty. They're both shitty, in my opinion, because neither one of them are going to represent us in the way we want. And we suck at politics anyway. Like, if you think about, like, real talk, I'm just ranting about politics. There's these old sayings that go into politics, and one of them in particular is quid pro quo. That literally means this for that. Black people are the only one that want to come trying to vote for some shit without understanding that they need a financial incentive to enact anything that you're trying to do. Like, why you think Asians don't ever complain about who's president? Because they use their economic situation to vote together as a bloc to see to it that all Asians get some type of benefit from being in the United States. So they don't really give a fuck whether the team captain looks like that or like that. Y'all don't realize that America is a corporation. Like, literally, it's a corporation. Like, literally, like any other company that you could think of. They got a president, they got a vice president, they got a secretary, they got, board members, they got shareholders. No, it's the same thing in America. Y'all just don't realize it. United States of America is a corporation, man. Look it up. We've been functioning bankrupt since the early 20th century. Look it up. The Federal Reserve is not a federal part of the United States. Like, literally, it's a private-owned international conglomerate of banksters. The U.S. Treasury does not print our money and does not have any type of oversight on the Federal Reserve, which can print money and control interest rates, and they can use quantitative easing to pump in all this money into the system. Literally, with trillions of dollars of debt, who are we in debt to? So on a basic level, like, people just don't understand all the stuff that's going on with politics. And black people are the only ones that'll fall for this bullshit narrative about giving us hope. They don't never give us anything tangible. You ever notice that? Oh, we'll take a day to commemorate Dr. Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. Okay, but that doesn't give anything tangible. They'll give a speech. It'll be an NBA game. It'll be some speaker that'll come out and talk about some stuff. They sell us hope, but they don't give us nothing tangible. And y'all don't understand it. Like, black people, for example, y'all gotta get it, man. If you guys want to get into politics, then you need to understand. We all need to unite. First off. Second, we need to lay out a clear agenda. This is what we want. This is what we're expecting from whatever politician that is going to give it to us, and you're going to get this much money and support from us if you do it. Now they got an incentive. But just going to march on Capitol Hill with some signs, People are not gonna give up their power like that. You got to do it by force or with a clever strategy. So when people ask me, "Hey, Mike, who you voting for?" It's kind of like I'm not even in the game of politics. What the fuck for? I'm just gonna be one other black person voting this way, and it's like fingers. You see what I'm saying? This finger votes for this one. This one finger votes for every finger voting for something individually, but it's not as strong as if it was a strong fist coming in, smacking in whatever they want. You got this finger going that way, this finger going that way. This finger is probably gonna get broke from the force of impact. This one too. This one's too weak to even go against anything. Unity is the issue with us trying to vote. Oh, what you think about Trump? Oh, what you think about Clinton? Oh, what you think about George Bush? Oh, what you think about Sarah Palin? Like, why are y'all getting into all the semantics? Y'all don't even understand that the whole, it doesn't matter whether it's left or right that's controlling this shit. They're still flying in the same general direction. You guys are looking at Obama. I'm ordering Kissinger's book about the world order, new world order. You guys are talking about, George Bush, Dick Cheney. I'm learning about Brzezinski, who wrote The Grand Chessboard. So, you guys are talking about what was the old dude's name? Bernanke, the dude who was the head of the Fed at the time. I'm looking at Rothschild. I'm looking at the Windsors. I'm looking at Hillary Clinton's family. Where do they fit in all of this? I'm looking at like the family ties between Osama bin Laden and George Bush. I'm looking at that stuff. So, I'm looking at the real big picture, how it's all put across the whole world. I'm looking at every single world or place in the world is controlled by the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Every single country has a central bank, except for two. One of them being Iran. So isn't it funny that they've always been talking about nuclear tension with Iran? Iran. Iran. We got to take it over. Why are they talking like that? It's because that's the only country where the international banksters have not been able to implement a central bank into that country. Hence why we have to go to war with it. Hence why you heard all these tensions about Iran, and now you don't hear anything about it. So I just challenge y'all to just look a little bit deeper into politics and understand that, first of all, if y'all want to make any change, it needs to happen on the local level. You have to all band together, vote on the local level. Then you have to use your money and resources to take it to the higher level. Then it's like steps in the process. Just look at what the Latin people do when they come into the country. Trust me, 20 years from now, you going to go to Miami, you ain't going to be able to even function unless you speak Spanish. Because they're dominating the whole area. Because they know how to do group economics, group politics, and how to vote as a block. And how to control the local authority so that it moves up to the next highest authority. So, I say politics is just a lot deeper than what y'all cats think. And there's a process that goes into it. And it's quid pro quo. You got to pay for what you want. You can't just come up in there just voting. How you think these dudes get paid? You really think the president only makes that little bullshit salary? Would you be the president of the United States? All this responsibility, all these requests, all these issues you have to be well versed on, all these speeches you have to give, all these parties and functions and countries you have to fly to represent an entire mass of 300 and something million people. Are you really going to do that for what? How much does it say on the website? If you go to Wikipedia or any other website, how much does it say the president gets paid? Isn't it 200 stacks a year? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. They make way more than that. And why? Because you have lobbyists. You have people that will meet up with the president. Hey, Mr. President, check out this proposal I got. I'm going to incentivize you to go ahead and get this in the law for $1.5 million. They're going to wrap it up as a donation. He up out of the office. He gonna go ahead and write that shit in while your dumb ass is watching the Super Bowl all captivated, and you don't even understand that they just did something that the taxpayers are gonna have to pay a little bit more each year. But nobody's paying attention to that because no one critically thinks. All y'all watching sports and being entertained by celebrity gossip, and then when you get a handful of whistleblowers that are like, "Hey man, what the fuck just happened right here?" Whistleblower, boom, head blown off, up, suicide. Oh shit! They just killed a whistleblower. Up here comes R. Kelly with a scandal. Up here comes Kobe Bryant fucked off on his wife. Up. Steve Harvey said this at the award show. How could he? Now he's the center focus. Now everybody paying attention to fucking Steve Harvey. Up. Cardi B divorced Offset. Up. Cardi B dropped a song WAP. Like all y'all care about is like the latest scandal, and that's how they control everything. That's how politics works, bro. It's a dirty game. You see it on Netflix how they be manipulating shit. Watch House of Cards. Watch some of this stuff. Watch Dynasty. That's just Blake Carrington. He's just a billionaire. But you see how he was able to maneuver shit, and he's just a billionaire. He's not in politics, but he can influence politics because he has so much money. He can influence the police because he has so much money. It's quid pro quo. So if you don't understand that, it doesn't really matter who you vote for. Like I said, left wing, right wing, same fucking bird in the middle. Like, smarten up. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Like, I'm no political advisor, I'm no expert, but just understand, like, I see the big picture. You know, I don't really need to jump into the details and semantics. I can still see the big picture and understand how everything is manipulated from the top down. So, like, comment, subscribe, do your own independent research. I'll holler back.